Hi, I'm Miss Melly from Miss Melly Flows Vibe Life. This is my YouTube channel for my tarot readings and my Vibe Life stuff. So I've been reading for 25 years. I do personal readings. If you're interested, you can go through my Facebook, Miss Melly's Flow. They're different to these. They're a very personal hot tea with your higher consciousness, so you can sit down and have a counselling session. So that's a whole different sort of reading. But these are elemental readings. So what I'm doing is I'm going to break everything down by elements: earth, fire, air, water. They represent different parts of our being. Earth being our practical, air being our mental, fire being our passion and faith, and water being our emotional being. So this is the fire reading for September. So if you've got fire elements in your charts, or you're just attracted to the fire element, or you want to know about your faith and your passion quite specifically, this is the reading for you. So I've got a few different decks on the table. I'm going to pull a few different cards from a few decks so that we've got overall what the vibe is for September. Let's see what we got. So let's put it down so we can see what we've got going on. So I'm going to start with Gabrielle Bernstein's super attractor. So abundance and how we attract it to ourselves, it's big. So what is the super attractor for the fire element for September 2020? Alright, one out, let's go. My mum told me the other day I shuffle the opposite to her. I shuffle from my left and she shuffles from my right, and it's really interesting. Ooh, so we got 2 from the super attractor. So, alright. I believe I'm worthy of feeling good. Tell your spirit, tell your soul, tell your being, you're allowed to be okay. I believe I'm worthy of feeling good. Alright, fire element, here we are. And instead of worrying about the future, I know all is well and I'm aligned when I'm in the moment. Instead of worrying about the future, I know all is well while I'm aligned in the moment. In the now. Alright, so you are allowed to feel good and you're allowed to be in the now. So these are elemental. These are Earth Magic cards from Stephen D. Farmer. I'm going to pull 2. Let's see what we got come out. So, Earth Magic for September for the fire element. Alright. Okay. Ooh, that one and that one. So, we're going to go here. Ooh, we got a few. I'm taking the top one. New Moon and Promise. I think we had a couple in that. So, the New Moon. So in the new moon, there's going to be a promise in September, is what I'm going to say. So this could be good for couples. You can see it in the sunset, the coupling up there, and there's promise. There's promise in the new moon. So that's when we hope for things. And then we've got Radiance, which is also the summer solstice in this deck, which is strength and the sun. This is also being bathed in the universal whole. You're worthy. You're worthy to feel good. Breathe in the sun. All right, so the new moon, we have a promise, and we've got summer solstice. So that almost says to me, that's something that's going to heat up as well. So there's a promise that's going to heat up in there. You're allowed to feel good. Alright, so thank you, Earth Magic. And I really am drawn to these Rebecca Campbell, like Work Your Light and the Starseed Oracle cards. So I'm going to pull a card from each of those as well. Alright, so stars. So the Starseed has said, water your garden. Nourishment, body care, tenderness and rest. Alright, this is day spells, but we come back to I believe I'm worthy of feeling good. And instead of worrying about the future, I know all is well when I'm aligned in the moment. This is saying take some rest. Be gentle with yourself. A lot of people are gentle with other people and they're there to help other people, but they're not there to help themselves. Be gentle with yourself. Fire element. For your faith, for your passion. Alright, so, and one from, this is the Work Your Life. Alright, let's see what we've got. For the fire element for September. September 2020. Okay, what have we got there? Starseed, what lights you up? I'm going to put that out as well. What lights you up? In the moment, what lights you up? Alright, when you're feeling good, what are you worthy of feeling good? What lights you up? Live your fantasy. Be a hippie. Live your fantasy. What lights you up? Fire people. What lights your fire? Alright, and the great gathering, coming together, intuitive hits, and a soul tribe. So this, on a faith level, is about finding your vibe tribe. Like, and it really is. We're allowed to go, this sort of people, this sort of thing, that sort of energy. And this is a gathering. This is a gathering of that vibe of people coming together for your faith and your passion. Ooh, we've got actually almost party. We've got lots of meeting people sort of energy in this. Rest yourself, taking rest. Alright, so we'll go into the full reading. So we're going to do 5 cards for the, 5 cards for the how we got here, 4 cards for our healing element, 3 cards for our practical application, how we're going to use that, 2 for our partnerships, and 1 is going to be for our self-love. Alright, fire elementals for September 2020. Ooh, these cards have been jumping since I cleaned them. Alright, this is the Greenwood deck. I've had this forever. I should know who made it. There is a sister deck or a brother deck to it. Alright, so 1, it's the Wildwood deck. You can't get this one, but you can get the Wildwood. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, and 1 more, because that goes a 5 actually. There. Alright, so what have we got? So, how we got here. So we've been making decisions. Decisions of faith. What do I believe in? What has brought us to this month? I actually feel like this is like, I feel like, what have I decided? What was my faith? What have I, you know, we're actually in a turning point of really turning inside of ourselves and asking ourselves the decisions of faith, the decisions of faith and what we really want. So this is, what have you got in one hand? What have you got in the other? But this is on a very spiritual, passionate level. And so we've got the Knight of Stones. This is sort of a working card, and particularly when you pair it with the 6 next to it, which is about exploiting yourself or being exploited, one of the two, making your honey. But so we've got the Knight of Stones. So we're making decisions, but we're making decisions on a very practical level and being a little bit like, maybe a bit secretive, but this is sort of what's in the light, what's in the dark. This is, you know, building yourself. This is the apprentice to the master sort of stuff. So there's a bit of spiritual searching in this card. When you look, you can see the light coming in, like on his foot. But we have got our dark wolf and our light wolf, our pack animal, our lone wolf, you know, and this is a spiritual thinking a bit deeply about those sort of things, but actually our earthly plane and how we look after it. So exploitation, we go back to, is in the center of this. This is how I exploit myself in the world. Are you being exploited, or are you exploiting yourself? So this is making your honey, and there's so many different parts to making your honey. You can see it, the bees in a trap, bees in a trap. You know, so in the middle of this, how we got here, we're really thinking about how we're exploiting ourselves, how we're making our money, the decisions that we've made. All right, and justice. This is great. Justice is about what you put in. This is the ultimate harvest card, I guess. What you put in is what you get out. What you reap is what you sow. You know, what you put out to the people and your peeps is the energy you're going to get back. What you feed in is what you're going to be, is what's going to nourish you. So justice is about all things being good. You're going to get your karma, whichever way that actually is. But we have joy. So this is about filling your cup and sharing that energy and sharing it with people and celebrating. Not celebration, but this is joy. So joy in your cup. So this is actually a happy setting for how we sit in September for the fire element of our faith and passion for September 2020. All right, 1. Ooh. All right. I'll show you. So this is the spark of life. So the spark of life is the initial spark. This is your boom card. This is power. Look, you can see the bow. You can see the energy. We're lining up with this bow to do something. So a new passion, a new enchantment, a new something into our world. All right, so, oh, and then we've got, ooh, morning. So these are our healing elements. So 7 of Cups is a healing card. Morning. Ooh. let me go one more. I want to show you the morning card. Let's talk about it because it's coming up a lot, because this is about leaving something behind. So we've got a healing element, which is a new spark of life that's going somewhere. But we're leaving something behind. Emotionally, a lot of us have had to disengage from something and re-engage into other parts of ourselves. And in some of this, we may have lost people. We may have lost work companions that we're not working with. We may have not been able to, you know, our heart may have had to change direction. We have a new passion, but you still mourn regardless of new inspiration. And after that, after our mourning, we've got a new foundation. So this morning is letting go of the past and letting the cycle of grief happen. It's not the impact, it's the after, it's the healing from it. And then we have a new foundation. So this is in our faith and passion for fire. So, this is the seer, and the seer is really our high priestess. So this is judgment, and this is things unseen, and there's secrets inside of here that she holds. But this is also investing in ourselves. This is trusting your intuition. This is being in the zone, in the flow. So what we come out of from our decisions and making our stones and our exploitation and the justice of it is a couple of new beginnings, even though we're mourning the loss and we're more in tune with where we were. That's our healing element. Alright, so the next cards are our, this is how we're going to apply this to the world. Alright, and the other two are on the floor. How are we applying this to the world? So, we have the Ace of Arrows, and we have the Nine of Wands, and we have the Queen of Wands. A lot of faith just sitting here. Good. Faith. We've got a line of it. So we've got another ace. We've got all these new beginnings for our fire element. This is actually speaking your truth. This is having a breath of fresh air. Breathe it in and breathe it out. Like, this is new communications. This is new expressions in your world. Right? So, and this is respect. This is actually respect for. This is the you know, our female. She's very protective. She's our faith element, and she's a very fiery queen, and she's an action queen to go with these. You've made decisions, and the spark of life has come from that. And so you've got to respect yourself, because respect is a man with a very big stick, but respecting ourselves, but also with the faith inside of us, and it's a fire and an action card. So we've got the seer, which is sort of having faith and action, and this is also, you know, definitely having faith and having action. These are good. Look how this is going. All right, partnerships, fire element for September 2020. So fire element. Oh no. Oh yes, those two. All right, what are we going to do? 9 stones and this 8 of stones. Alright, so this is traditions, and you can see in the middle of there we've got our green man, our ancestor, our hermit, our soul sitting in the middle of this under the full moon, and we've got a lot of elements going on here. So, but under the full moon from our new moon, it's seeking our traditions, and the traditions of ourselves, and the traditions of what makes us stable as people on a material plane. Inside of this is also looking at your skills, and these skills are what you can pass on to somebody else, but it's what you hold. It's the skills that you can make your money with, that you can exploit yourself with. So have faith, fire people. Alright, this is good. Alright, just got to seek into what you know and your traditions, old world traditions of yourself. You know, seek to use your hands and your skills and make your money. Alright, what do we do for self-love for the fire element for September 2020? Oh, there it is. Oh, okay, outcome. Interesting. I'm not going to do any clarification on this. So, the 8 of Arrows. Struggle. So struggle is of the mind. Arrows are of the mind. This is about bringing heaven to earth. So this is what you manifest. So if we have things set on panic, that's where we go to. If we have it set on nervous, that's where we go to. It's our limits and stuff. This struggle is going to be of the mind. So for September, we're going to go through a lot of ideas. And this could be brainstorming. It's like getting it out, getting the list, working out how do we combat that. And this is the self-love. Self-love is going to be struggling with our own thoughts. and what we think of ourselves and what we think of the world and what we think of what other people think. You know, remember, they're not yours, but this is going through all of our thought patterns and what we're, you know, what we're afraid of, what our fears are, what our insecurities are, what makes us nervous, what makes us anxious, those sort of things. So this is our self-love card. So this is sitting in a place where we have to go, this struggle for our mind, with our mind, is actually for us to gain a process, to actually step forward. We've made decisions. There's been mourning. You know, you're looking for respect. You know, and this is just saying, with all of the ideas that you've got, the new ideas, there's a little bit of a mental struggle going on. So, our healing element is you are the seer, and you have foundation, and you're strong, you've got new ideas, fresh spark of life. You know, how we're going to apply that to the world is in a fresh air and a fresh way, and we're going to respect ourselves and respect the Queen of Wands inside of us and our faith and our fifth element. Like, fiery, this is actually really fiery, but we come to here, air feeds the fire, like in every aspect. But this is sort of saying there might be a little bit of struggle to get with your people and to, you know, take this rest is really important. There's a promise coming. Like, you are worthy of feeling good. So, if you do need a reading and you're feeling like you're anxious, please let me know. But this is really saying that, you know, coming into this month, coming into this next month of September, there's going to be a lot of things to think with. You've gone through a lot. There's a lot of people that are, or things to mourn, and there's a lot to let go of, and this respect thing. And there's a struggle there. There's always a struggle between, and when you've had losses, and how to respect you. So, this is the September reading for the fire element. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please hit like and subscribe. I will be doing every element and putting them out. So happy September. I'll be out with the full moon, which is next week.